Hi everyone. I want to talk about why I like the concept of self-parenting. And there are a few reasons. One is that whether we feel that we had sufficient parenting or not, everyone can relate to that idea of the nurturing and the warmth and the boundaries and the protectiveness of a parent. It might not be your own parent, but of a parent figure in your mind. It's possible for all of us to relate to that and to draw that up. Secondly, I think the idea that there are parts of ourselves that never really grew up it makes intuitive sense, that there are small wounded parts of ourselves. When we watch the emotional reaction of a child and then we see ourselves when we're, I don't know, what are the expressions? Freaking out, or I lost it, and these kind of intense emotional experiences that we might have. To me, when I look at them, they are very resonant of the way I see children express emotions, which is beautiful, by the way. It's beautiful. But the size of the emotion compared to the size of the body when you're a child, it's intense. And if that emotion at that time didn't get to be processed, then it might have got stuck inside of us. And so we as adults in those moments are still experiencing our life as though we're a child in that moment. And I think this is a really beautiful thing to think about, because when you're seeing a child like that have that response, have that emotion, it is so much easier to generate the compassion. It's so much easier to feel like, oh, I want to help. And so to imagine that part that's arising up in us, that emotional intensity or expression, is a small, soft, wounded, delicate, childlike part, can bring in that internal compassion that we need, that for many of us is so hard to generate. And then thirdly, part of the reason I got excited about this lately, and I wrote a blog about it recently, was the idea of touching a part of yourself and imagining it was like you were rubbing the back of a baby. It came in a meditation that I listened to, and I've been practicing it myself a lot since. And I think it's a really beautiful way to embody this experience. And for many people with backgrounds in trauma, as we start to move towards kindness or compassion, even that cannot feel safe. There can be a little reaction in the system of, ooh, ooh, ooh. So we use a method from somatic experiencing of titration. Tiny little drops, just moving gently towards safety, moving gently towards trust, moving gently towards compassion or love, in an amount that's tolerable for our systems. And so you can even just imagine it with your hand, taking your own hand in the other hand and just gently giving it a little rub and imagining that this part of you is a little child just needing a cuddle. You can do it on your heart or your chest. That's a really nice spot. This feeling that's coming up right now, it's just a little part of me having a really rough time, and I want to give it that warmth and affection that I would give to a small child. I invite you to try this for as long as is tolerable to you, and let me know if this has been helpful.